Hey, this is Kerry Martell, host for RVLivingGuide.com. I know I haven't been making a lot of content recently for this YouTube channel. I've got like 5 blogs that I update, and it just happens to be that even though I am a full-time RVer, living out of my 34-foot Airstream trailer, traveling around the country, I just haven't been producing a lot of content that I've been uploading to the internet because I have very limited bandwidth. I'm going to try to do a little bit better with my uploading schedule because I do have a lot of content I've been filming but just not uploading. Okay, but while this is fresh on my mind, I want to talk about the subject of today's video, which you might have guessed by the title of this video and the intro. Okay, I've done a lot of stealth camping, and it always upsets me personally when I see other people who are, camping in parking lots and they're just not being conspicuous about it. It makes it a lot harder for other people who are stealth camping to be able to do this when you draw this much attention to people living in parking lots, okay? And I realize a lot of people who are doing this stuff, like, they just don't give a shit, okay? But if you can give a shit, okay, these are the reasons why you don't want to be conspicuous about it, right? First of all, it's going to make it a lot harder for you to camp like this. So for number one, don't run your generator in the parking lot, okay? It's a bad idea. You don't want to do that. It draws attention to you. It's very obvious, okay? It's also kind of a safety hazard. You don't know what's going to be going on in that parking lot, okay? Somebody might have a leaky fuel system or something. It's always possible that, it might cause a fire. Maybe somebody's driving a fuel truck and they need to stop and go into the grocery store or something, okay? You don't want to be running your generator in a parking lot. It's a problem. You just don't be doing it, okay? Other things that you don't want to be doing, okay? You don't want to be traveling in these large groups. I'm seeing more and more of people who are living out of their vehicles who are, technically they're not homeless, but they're of the homeless persuasion in the sense that they tend to be drug addicts. And it's really obvious that they're the drug addicts by the way that they take care of themselves, okay? Or rather, the way that they don't take care of themselves. They just show it on their bodies and their clothing. I just saw a guy get out of a van today, and his clothes were like so torn up, they were basically falling off his body, okay? It's very obvious that he's addicted to meth. And you just don't want to be traveling in the same circles as these people. It might seem like, oh yeah, other people living out of their vehicles, I should socialize with them because they've got something in common with me. But do they really have a lot in common with you? Okay, just because they live in an RV or a van doesn't mean that they necessarily have a lot in common with you. So you got to be careful about this stuff. You don't want to get mixed up with the wrong crowd. Will set you on the wrong path. It's really important that you avoid the negative aspects of this nomadic lifestyle. And I just want people, like anybody watching this video, to know that I would say most stealth campers don't want to draw attention to ourselves. We don't want to dump our sewage on the parking lots. We don't want to throw our trash everywhere. We don't want to cause problems for other people. It's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to temporarily stay someplace to get groceries, go take a shower at a gym, something of that nature, and then we'll eventually move along, okay? There have been occasions where I have stayed, long-term in an area, alternating between different places, and outstayed my welcome, and I've had grocery store clerks knock on or the managers really, knock on my window. Police sometimes knock on my window, ask me to move along, and I do that. I comply, never argue about it. And I'm not trying to cause anybody problems. I'm not trying to be noticeable. If they notice that I'm living in their parking lot, I've done something wrong. Okay, it's just the way that it is. Never fight about it. Just move along. There's lots of places that you can park your vehicle and just try to be less obvious about what you're doing. It's kind of a short video, but it's an important one because ideally this nomadic lifestyle, it should not cause problems for other people. Okay, we're not trying to erect our camps on sidewalks, throw our trash everywhere, do a bunch of drugs in the parking lot. Okay, That's not what people want to see when they go to a grocery store or a gym or some other place of business where we're temporarily parking, you know, our little land vehicles here that we live out of. So I just want people to understand that. Now, me personally, right now, I am staying at an actual RV site. It costs me $600 a month plus $200 for the electricity, you know. So that's a pretty price tag, and it's a lot more expensive than the stealth camping, okay? But now I'm traveling in my Airstream, and while my Airstream does have solar hookup and all that jazz, I'm here in the city limits doing some martial art training, and going to a gym. And it's just a lot more convenient for me to be within city limits than try to park somewhere out in the woods. So that's what I'm doing right now. Paying it, you know, I've got disposable income, and I can do that. I've got regular passive income, but some people can't. And if you can't, try to, you know, do like I did back when I was living in LA out of my camper van, doing a lot of stealth camping. Okay, don't cause problems for other people. Just don't do it, okay? And it's not really hard to not cause problems for other people. Just don't be obvious about what you're doing, okay? And I hope you got something out of this video. I hope this was informative. And I hope you guys check out the blog where I've got lots of articles. See you in the next video. Cheers.